All right.
Okay, here we go.
Thanks for taking me in.
No problem. I didn't know I was cutting your hair.
So it was a slight miscommunication.
All right.
So tell me, where did this road begin? How did you you're the owner of Mr. Moustacheco.
Sounds funny, but yes.
How did this come to fruition?
Should I lie to you or tell you the truth?
Tell me the truth, please.
Okay, so this is the result of a big Thanksgiving fight. Did I tell you?
No, elaborate.
Oh,
please.
I didn't? Oh, man. Just think of Univision and drama, and that was the Thanksgiving fight. But not to go into specific details, right?
Yeah.
But in a nutshell, I was put in a very tough place because I didn't want to leave my job, and I did work with my whole family, right? And, that was my comfort zone. And I liked that I didn't work so much. I only worked 4 days a week, and I would kind of drag myself to work. And, it's different when you don't own a shop. But because of the circumstances and the fight happened, I didn't see it coming at all. It just happened abruptly. I literally prayed on it because I didn't know what to do, and I was being accused of something that I didn't do.
Oh, really? That bad? Huh?
Yeah, so that's why I was okay, I was asking God, what do I do? Because I don't want drama. I really like to live a peaceful life as much as I can. And it's I'm being accused of something that I didn't do. So what should I do? Should I stay? Should I go? Should I just overlook it? Should I start looking for somewhere else to work? And in the end, God gave me the green light to leave. And it was literally 2 days later where, like I said, once again, not to get into details, but it was even getting physical.
No.
Okay? Yes.
I guess that old adage is true, don't mix family and business, but that's a tough one.
Yeah, but it was an answer to prayer because I was already prayed up and I was already okay, you know what? I felt good and confident about my decision. I didn't know where I was going to go, but I literally grabbed my stuff right then and there, and I decided in my heart, I'm never coming back. This is it, because we've done the yo-yo thing for too many years where it's I work with them for a while, then I go somewhere else, and then I come back for another few years, and then I go work somewhere else. It's been like that for 13 years.
Can you elaborate how hard it is to transition from barbershop to barbershop?
Honestly, it wasn't that hard because I felt like it was nicer to work for anybody else other than my family. I'm serious, because everybody else treated me really good. And so for different reasons, somehow I would always end up with my family again. And it's now, so that's why, once again, I said, I can't come back. That's it. I'm done.
This is it.
And so when I told my husband at the time, he didn't want me to leave. He didn't care how I was being treated. He didn't care. He wanted me to stay because he liked the fact that I worked with my family. There was a lot of accountability, in the sense where they're watching me and all that. Babysitting me, I guess you could say. And
was it that bad for you, or
no? Well, he was just really jealous, super jealous. And obviously, as a barber, you're only cutting men's hair.
Right.
So, he didn't want me to leave, but I told him I didn't really have a choice. And so he's like, well, I don't want you to work with a bunch of guys. And I told him, that's ridiculous. What do you mean? This is a male-dominated field.
Right.
For me, and I literally told him, for me to not work with other men, I would literally have to open my own barbershop and only hire females.
Hey, and look what you did.
And then later, actually, once I said it out loud, I was like, wow, you know what? That's not a bad idea.
That's not half bad.
That's not a bad idea. So I was like, you know what? We'll see what happens, right? So then one thing leads to another. I try to go to open a shop in Whittier, and it's not even a barber shop. It's just a, how do you say it? It looks like a agency or something. It's a tiny little space that was super cheap, and I was dying to get it. And I would be harassing the lady, the tenant, what is it? The lesser or the leaser?
think it's Lisa. I don't know.
I don't know, but you know what I mean.
I went to El Rancho, so don't
I know.
quote me.
I went to Montebello, not much better. So anyways, I was telling the manager, whatever you call it, you know, hey, I really want this place. Like, I'll even give you the deposit today, cash in your hand, if you say yes. And it was just like a dump. It was a hole in the wall. You couldn't even see it from the street.
Really?
And there was like parking for like 2 cars just in the front, and that was it. And it was here on Whittier Boulevard in Whittier, and the rent was gonna be like $900. So I was like,
oh, sheesh.
Yeah, I was like, okay, like
So,
please give it to me. And
were
I was
you looking
praying.
more like studio, or did you?
Yeah, there was only gonna be enough room for maybe 2 chairs, and that's it.
Okay.
You know, but I didn't care. I just needed a place to work other than my garage, because that was bringing a lot of problems. Because my husband, now he hated that all my clients were coming to my house to get a haircut. So I went through so much hell because this guy was making it impossible for me. He set up cameras and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, like one day I was talking to my client just the way I'm talking to you right now. And I look over and I'm like, what the hell? Like, there's a camera right there. And I'm like, wow, he didn't even tell me. He was just spying on me all
Nothing
day.
says I love you like hidden security cameras.
Right? Nothing says I love you like stalker. Just kidding. No, so that was funny. But anyways, it was cool not to be paying rent. I mean, working from my garage. But like I said, it was causing a lot of problems in my marriage because this guy was so jealous. And it was just, the whole thing was a mess. So I was like, I have to get out of my garage. And I was like, dude, I'm too talented for my garage. Like, I need to think bigger.
There's nothing wrong with garage. 'Cause I see a lot of like people on Instagram, you know, they're phenomenal barbers, but I think you lose a little bit of professionalism when you're through your garage. If you're purely going for like Instagram route, you can all you need is what, like 2 angles to shoot whatever you're shooting. But I think as far as like a business, having like a physical shop is the way to go. Me personally.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not talking crap about people that work in the garage. I've worked in the garage plenty of times.
Yeah.
It's not that. It doesn't make you less of anything. But my idea was like, I want to create an atmosphere where my client is comfortable, where he can, you know, use the restroom, because that was an issue too.
Yeah.
Where is he, if he has to pee or take a dump, like, where's he gonna go?
Yeah.
You know?
To the side of the house.
If it was kids, they would literally use the trees in my backyard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we have to go beyond that. And then considering that I'm a woman, and for having guys come to my garage, it has happened where they get the wrong idea. So it's not a safe environment for a woman.
Well, that's what I meant by professionalism. First of all, it's like purely like if you got to use a restroom, you don't want random people going into your restroom and looking into your pad, you know, unless it's like your friends or whatever. But if you have like strangers, because half of our business is word of mouth, right? Or, you know, you're posting or you're marketing yourself.
Yeah.
So going off of what you said, like how is it being a female barber dealing with a male dominant clientele? Do you have a lot of people trying to like pick up on you?
No,
trying to be flirty? Don't lie to me.
I really think that people get the wrong idea that I'm getting hit on all day long, and that's absolutely not true. Because first of all, a lot of these people I've already known for many years, and they've already known me, and you know, we already know about each other's lives. I know about all the girlfriends, Sancha's wives, whatever, and they know about my stuff in return. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know, it's different. You know, there is a respect. And I think it's a deep level of respect, because I'm doing their hair. If they act stupid, I just won't do their hair anymore. You know what I mean? And so, no, there's a lot of respect, I think. A lot of the people are very nice. A lot of the guys are nice. It doesn't mean that they're hating on me. I mean, you get the occasional weirdo that does, but he's always a new person. It's never your regulars.
I'll say that true. In my own experience, you know, I have a couple lady barbers in the shop that I work at, and I've heard them, you know, talk to them. Nothing like inappropriate, but you could tell like they're flirting, whatever. And I was always curious because like it's one thing to work in a shop for somebody else, but you as the owner, you know, you have a beautiful shop, by the way.
Thank you.
And it's like you have a bunch of random people coming in, but if you're saying it's mostly like your clients, I guess it's
different.
Yeah, there's still time.
And not only that, we are getting new people on a daily basis, but the way I see it as a woman, I have to put, how do you say, I set the boundaries when it comes to a relationship or not a relationship, but a clientele, barber relationship.
Yeah.
I have to set the boundaries. So I do keep it very like no MF, like you ain't going, we ain't going that far.
Yeah.
Like no. Like I have to be the one to be like, how can you say, like put my foot down. You get me?
Yeah.
If I feel uncomfortable or something, like I'll turn them around or something. You know what I mean? Like toss them around. Like just let them know who's boss. And that's actually what I was telling my student today.
Okay.
I'm like, you know what? When somebody's in your chair, you're the boss. You have to tell them what to do. You know what I mean? Like they don't get to say, like they get to say how they want their haircut or whatever, but you have to grab their head a certain way and, in a way manhandle them. You get me?
I do, because you get the noodle neck people and, the people who won't get off their phones, the people who can't sit still.
Fine. I don't,
But what I'm saying, going off of what you're saying is like, you have to set the tone for the haircut because you're the one who, you have to place your canvas at an angle where you're going to be able to work best for you. You know what I mean? Right.
And honestly, like I kind of feel like my personality, like I think people already know, like they can't really step all over me. You know?
Yeah.
So it's like, if I'm like, like if I'm a little like giddy schoolgirl, you're going to think I'm weak.
Yeah.
But damn, you're wrong. Just kidding.
So now that you're in a position to, as a business owner, you said you're taking on student barber, right? So how's that been going?
It's been going so good. It's only been the second week. She's never cut hair in her whole life, well, never for men. But she has her cosmetology license, so I told her that's all you need. Yeah. And in reality, what I really, really need is somebody not only that has their license, but somebody that's willing to learn and eager to learn.
Yeah.
And the way I see it, like this girl has been coming every day, showing up. Every time I tell her, hey, I have somebody for you, you down to come? And she's like, yeah, like, I'll be there. So there's a lot of people that sometimes they say like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, but they don't end up doing anything.
Yeah.
So you're better off with people that don't make promises. Like this chick, she has made no promises, but yet I see her every day. Since I met her, I've been seeing her every day. So it's like, what are you gonna go by? Like actions or words, right?
That's half of the battle, is just being willing to learn, learn new things.
But, and because she's willing to learn, and because I see her eagerness, I'm willing to teach her for free. Obviously I want her to work here.
Yeah.
But I mean, we haven't signed a contract or anything. It's just like, well, I hope you work here.
So it's like more of an investment for not just your business, but also she's learning a new craft, right?
In someone,
yeah.
Because we all need to learn from each other.
I think, yeah, I think so.
I mean, my aunt taught me how to cut hair, so like, she invested herself in me, you know? And even though this girl isn't my family member, but I mean, no matter what, at the end of the day, even if she was, worst case scenario, gonna go somewhere else, like, I'm still doing something good for her, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not, I don't see it as a waste of time, And we're just gonna take it, week by week or day by day.
Yeah, that's all you can do. I mean, you can't plan 10 years down the future because you don't know what tomorrow holds, right? So. That's awesome, man. I'm glad that you're extending the help to the younger people who want to learn a new craft, and it makes it easier when they're coachable, like not just for barbers, but in everyday life. It makes it easier for people to learn when you're willing to accept direction from somebody else.
Yeah, what I really like about her is that because she doesn't know how to cut hair at all, I mean, we're starting from scratch. So it's not like she has bad habits. So I can literally teach her the good habits right away. Okay,
so can you define a good habit? Because you were hating on my starting off fade with the trimmers.
Was I? Well, for example, one good habit is when you're fading. I always tell the girls, you gotta have two things in your hands at all times. So like, there's always this motion going on. Like there's always, you can't just be lazy like with one hand, you get me?
I got you.
So like, let's say like right now, I'm looking at your fade, okay, I'm trying to fade you, and I'm combing the hair out so that I can get rid of like whatever dark areas there is.
Right.
So that I can, because sometimes there's just like a bunch of hair stuck there and I won't know it, and I'll think it's a fade, so I'm like, I keep trying to fade you, but it's already faded, and now I'm gonna go higher. So it's just to keep the area clean. You get me? That's awesome. That's a good habit to have, right?
Okay.
And then like, for example, when everybody cuts hair different, which is fine. But when I am doing the fade, I always wet the hair because it gives it that look like there's gel in your hair. Like what it's gonna look like when there's gel in your hair. So otherwise, if it's just dry, you won't be able to see like those little lines or whatever.
Yeah.
But like this, I can see what's going on more.
You're kind of setting the template for what it's gonna look like, right?
All the hair is kind of sticking out, like that wouldn't otherwise if it was dry. So I like to fade the hair with like when it's wet.
So going back to as a female business owner, like how, and not only that too, but you're also strong in the faith too. How do you incorporate that into your business?
Well, I wouldn't have a business if it wasn't for my faith. Because when I signed, right before I signed the contract, I couldn't sleep for days because, mind you, I found this spot. It was so beautiful. I went to the restroom and it's even more beautiful. It was the restroom that kind of did it for me. Because it was way above my budget. And even my mom was like, you better not get it. You cannot get it. That's too much money. Yeah. I mean, this place is more money than where I live, where I rent, right?
Nothing says family support like...
Yeah, but she always does that. So
yeah, I know.
It goes in one ear out the other. Yeah. No, so that's why I was like, you know what? At the end of the day, I just prayed and I was like, Lord, what do I do? Because imagine I couldn't get that $900 place. So I was like, what is the odds that I'm gonna get this other place that's like 3 times the amount? Right. And I'm like, I'll go for it, but I doubt it, right? And sure enough, they gave it to me. And nobody else was fighting me for it. Of course, I was after it, like.
You did the work, but it was also like where the guy provides, right? So.
Yeah, like the manager, I was calling him every day, like, what do I do now? Like, what do I do? Like, I want to get this place, like. He was probably sick of me. Like,
chill, I already got your Zelle, dude. Yeah. Your payments in.
No, they had to do like an extensive background check and all kinds of stuff.
Don't lie, were you sweating it on that background check?
Nah, of course not.
Pass was gonna come out.
I've never been in jail. Just the backseat of a cop car, that's it. That's as far as I go.
All right, give me the story for that. I need it.
No.
Come on.
No, sometimes, no, never mind.
Almost got it.
I know.
No, that's funny. That's cool.
Yeah,
though.
So I'm just like, okay, so what are the odds that I was gonna get this place, right? I mean, come on, the location is incredible. Like everybody tells me, man, this location's so good. And then maybe you could take a video of the windows, but this is what really stood out to me, the windows. There's so many windows right here.
You get a clear view of the street and...
Right, so when people are passing by and there's a lot of traffic here, usually that does happen. Everybody sees inside like, what's going on, And then that's how we get clients too,
Hey, there you go.
And that's why I didn't want to tint the windows either. I want people to be able to see inside.
That's it.
So, but yeah, this place has been incredible and I give God all the glory because, like I said, I wasn't planning this. It was just like little crumbs like Hansel and Gretel that brought me here.
Yeah.
Because of my family, and then because of my husband, and then ex-husband, and then because of this and because of that,
Yeah.
And here I am, and I'm just like, wow, this is all God. And then like if you see the like the way everything is set up and the whole like how do you say
decor and all that.
Like I don't know how that even came up either. Because I literally just prayed on it, and you know what my prayer was? You're gonna laugh if I tell you. I literally was like, God, I'm so stupid. Like, I don't know what to do. You gotta show me because I don't know. And all I knew is that I wanted to make it cozy.
Right.
But like somewhere that a man would like to come, but yet somewhere that I'm still comfortable and I still like it at the same time.
It's like best of both worlds. But you're making it an experience for your clientele.
Like, dude, if this place was a girl place, like these walls would be pink, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But because it's a guy place, like I had to make, I try to pick like a really dark color without making it black. Yeah. People say it's dark blue. I thought it was dark gray. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Colorblind.
I don't know. No. But wood, okay, guys, like wood, here's some wood. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah.
That's hilarious.
I know, it is really funny. It's super funny. And then there was a whole mess with the chairs. These chairs that I bought, oh my God, there was so much drama with the chairs because they had lost one and then Sally's had lied and said that I had been delivered 3 of them, but I was only delivered 2 of them. Sheesh. And mind you, they're $1,000 each. And, it was so much drama. And then one of them came defected, so then we had to return it. It was just so bad. It was so much drama.
That's the perks of opening up your own shop. So run me through that. What was your thought process behind setting this up? Obviously, you
What do you
wanted to
mean?
work by yourself or work for yourself. What went in after you found this spot?
Yeah.
Like, what's next? Did you have a picture in your head already? Did you kind of see what was here and just expand it off of that, or?
Well, what I did was, no lie, I went online and I just looked up like cozy, I forgot what. Oh, cozy living room.
Okay.
I looked up a cozy living room and it was like, I saw like one plant and it was like dark walls with wood. And then I literally, like I could show you the picture. And I looked at that and I was like, And what I did was I used the colors. And I kind of went based off of that.
Got you.
They had a little bit of white, a little bit of this. Okay. And that was it. And when I opened the shop, mind you, I signed a 5-year contract not knowing any female barbers. And I was like, dude, like literally I was like Peter walking on the water. Like, I don't know where I'm going, but Lord, you're guiding me. I believe you. So I'm just going to go for it. And remind you, everybody was telling me don't do it. Everybody.
So
nobody, my ex-husband never supported me. He wasn't like, yeah, baby, good job. Like, you know, you're going to do great. If anything, he was like, oh, hell no, you know? And then my family didn't even talk to me, except for my mom. So that was really tough too. And my mom was obviously telling me the same thing, don't do it. So like literally, I was alone with the Lord and one with God is the majority.
Okay, so hold on. When everybody's telling you no, what's going through your mind? What's going through your heart to be like?
I was sad.
I'm gonna just
lonely.
try. Was it? I'm just gonna try.
I know what I'm capable of as a barber. I know my potential, and I knew it was gonna take a lot of work and sacrifice that I've never done in my whole life. But you know what? I was willing to take the chance because I was like, you know what? One of my best friends, his sister passed away, and she was my age, and. Unfortunately, like she didn't get to do a lot of the things that she wanted to do, like hopes and dreams. And she was a hard worker, but you know, sadly, her life ended very shortly. You know, very short or ahead of time. And you know, I thought of her a lot during that time too, because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna die, and I didn't even try nothing. I didn't even go for nothing. I didn't even try nothing. I was always scared and, I'm going to be in my comfort zone.
You stuck to the safe route.
Yeah, because I like to be safe, right?
Well,
but then,
a lot of people do, yeah.
Trust me, I like it more than anybody.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what? She died not getting to do anything. And I'm going to die tomorrow or today or next year.
You know what? I have the same experience because, you know, I also want to open up my own barbershop one day. And, you know, I'm taking the steps to do that, but you know, I always bring it back to my parents. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't want it to come out the wrong way. It's like my parents did everything that they can to provide for my brothers and I and our family, you know, and God blessed them for that. But I also seen that, and not just them, but people in general tend to take the safe route, and they work jobs that they hate. And they look forward to the weekends, which are like 30-minute lunch breaks. And then you start the week all over again. You're hating life for 30, 35 years.
That was me.
So it's like...
That was me at my family shop.
My mentality is like, why not take a chance on doing something you like? I think the pandemic was a blessing in surprise in that aspect, because I think it forced a lot of people to at least, you know, take up a new hobby, you know, and try, and maybe not make that their professional, but at least do something that they wouldn't have done before.
Right.
Like, for example, I have my wife, she started a coffee business with one of our friends.
Okay.
And then my other friend, he has a pop-up March 13th. He does smash burgers, and he's nice on the grill, and he's nice on like smoking brisket. And you know, prior to that, this guy's working at as an HR for Amazon. So it's like, I think it's cool that people try, and it not only inspires me, but I think it's a good thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I agree. I just always think about stuff like that. Like, maybe not always, but when it was like, I was about to make the biggest, like one of the biggest decisions of my life because I was about to risk my credit, my really good credit that I worked so hard, so many years to like build it up to where it was.
Right.
And then, sign a contract where I'm paying more here than my house. Everybody's telling me don't do it.
Yeah.
I don't know any female barbers.
You're totally going against
And
the
I'm
grain.
like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. Like whatever happens, happens. But I did tell myself, no matter what, I know my dedication and I know that I'm gonna go to work every day. If I have to be there every day, I'll be there every day. And the hours that I have to work, I will be there. I will pay the rent.
Yeah.
I promise. Like I will take care of it. Like no matter what, even if I do it by myself, and which I did do by myself for like two or 3 months in the beginning.
Yeah.
Until I got my first girl. And literally I like almost cried. Like, oh my God, hallelujah.
Thank you.
Girl wants to come with me. And she's a barber, and she has a license and she's happy to be here. Like, oh my God, it was God sent.
You were telling me before that you didn't want to be a barber at first. So what?
Never.
Right?
I hated barbering.
Why is that? Tell me.
Because my whole family, they're all barbers. And then I fell into it and I told myself, well, I don't know what to do, so I guess I'll do it for now. And then I just got stuck there. You get me?
So when did it turn from your, 30 to 35 year plan that we were talking about a couple minutes ago to this is it? Like, I like doing this. I see myself retiring from this.
Honestly, I never liked doing this.
No?
Never.
What?
I know, but hold on, before everybody blows a gasket. Hold on, time out. I never ever liked cutting hair because it was torturous, especially working with my family because you don't know my family. but and it wasn't like that all the time, but the times that it was bad, it was like, get me the hell out of here, right? Mm-hmm. So I was like, right? Yeah. But now, after all this time, I feel like I'm enjoying it now. And it's easier than ever. Like,
so
you
had to go through the suck to learn how to appreciate.
Dude, it took me like 14 years to like it.
Because how long? Because when you started, when was this? How long ago was this? 14 years?
15 years ago.
15 years ago.
Okay, I was 17. I'm 34.
Okay.
So do the math. Yeah.
Okay.
Do the math. I don't even know the math to that.
I'm not gonna do math. I went to a rental.
Let me see. Hold on. Let's think. Alexa, what's 34 minus 17?
It's 17, right?
34 minus 17 is 17.
Oh my God!
Shout out Alexa. There you go.
Alexa, you're so smart.
I almost had to pull off my my shoes and socks.
Oh my God. Okay, so I didn't like cutting hair till a year ago. Ever since I stopped, I started the shop.
Okay.
Because now I'm in my comfort zone,
Because you're working for you. It's like
But it's not because I'm working for me. It's because
okay.
nobody's treating me the way I was being.
I know. That's what
treated.
I'm saying, though.
I can go to lunch. I could literally close the darn shop and be like, bye, Felicia, and take off for 2 hours, come back. Like, I can do whatever I
Because
want.
you're responsible and you know that what you need to do to run a business. What I don't like is when jobs micromanage you. It's like, I know what I'm doing. I know what the goal is. Just leave me alone. Let me do it. But when you have somebody babysitting you telling you, oh, you have a 30-minute lunch and you better be here at 29 and a half or else you're late. It's like that. It doesn't create an environment for you to
But at least
work.
you got to leave. I never got to leave. Okay? So, yeah. It was very different.
I don't know. Them bills still got to be paid.
It was very different. Trust me.
Yeah. No, I'm not even going to try to understand what, because,
you never will. Yeah.
That's cool, yeah.
Yeah. So anyways.
So what's the plan now? Now that you got your shop, you're getting established, do you have a 5-year plan, 10-year plan, or you just taking it as?
I kind of do. Like, I do see the road ahead. Nothing's in concrete, but obviously the first goal would be to get as many girls as I can in here.
Right.
Like, somebody working in the back constantly doing facials, have all these chairs filled up, have an assistant that's always giving out, drinks,
hosting.
whatever, beers, water, whatever. And also, eventually expanding. And now next month, God willing, I would like to learn the SMP. So I'm going to pay a lot of money to train to do the scalp micropigmentation.
Okay.
So that I can offer that as well.
Explain what that is.
So it's basically like making like tattoo-like, or I should say hair-like tattoo.
Okay.
Of like, you know.
So if you're balding, you are bald.
Yeah, you're saying it better than me.
Okay.
If you're balding,
if you're losing it like I am, you're gonna fill it in. You're gonna have that sharp, crisp line again.
But it doesn't have to be super sharp because you don't want it to look super fake.
Yeah.
So you want it to just look as natural as possible, and I feel like I already have the eye for that. So I feel like I would be perfect for that. I already have so many clients that I could offer it to, i.e. you, right? And so like, sorry. So that's why it's like, oh my God, like this is like literally being handed to me. Yeah. So like, I would like to turn this place into a barbershop / SMP shop. Because other than that, or other than me just learning, then I want to teach my girl, my first employee or fellow coworker, to also learn it, you know?
So right there, what you just said, your fellow employee or your fellow coworker. So how do you see the people that you work with? Are they your employees?
I treat them as if they're my coworkers. I don't treat them like I'm their boss. You know, for me, this is what I tell them is that this is our home. You know what I mean? This is our safe place. Like we can do whatever we want here. If we need to use a restroom, if you're tired and you want to take a nap, go to the back. There's a massage bed where you can just lay there, close your eyes, turn off the music, whatever. And literally everybody takes turns putting on the music. You know, like I want everybody to be comfortable. I never want to treat people the way I was being treated.
This is my shop. You do it how I do it.
No, I want people to be comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As much as it possibly depends on me. I mean, maybe that doesn't always happen 100%, but we have to live. We have to coexist here.
I get your ideal because, you know, when you, like, going back to that, when you go to a place where it's just like my way or the highway, you have no, let's say, creative expression of how to do your job. Like I said, you know how to do your job, and everybody has their own like preferences and quirks of how to do it. So if you're limiting to that, I think you're limiting like the production that you can to your fellow coworkers, right?
Well, let's be honest, like I want my girls to stick with me, especially because it's hard to find new girls.
Right.
But I want people to be happy here. Like, why would I want them to leave? You know what I mean?
Can you explain how hard it is to find good barbers? As opposed to, because I always have to explain to people, there's a difference between a barber and people who cut hair. A barber is someone who goes above just giving you a haircut. It's the professionalism, it's the punctuality, it's the showing up on time, it's the not getting high in the back, not drinking, you know, the 40 while you're cutting hair. You know, I'm not saying you can't do any of those things, but when that becomes a priority as opposed to taking care of a person, like, can you explain how hard it is to find people like that? Let alone people who can actually give a good fade or, you know, good hairstyle.
Once again, I'm not, you know, here, once in a while, like, we'll take shots, we'll, you know, like today was Cinco de Mayo, we took a few shots, and, you know, like, we're with the clients, and it's like, I can't say it's a party, but it's, you know, it's a fun environment. And the way I see it is, like, as long as everybody can do their job, you know, I don't care, you know, it's not that I don't care what they do. Like, obviously, I want them to be professional. But I've been very blessed that I have professional people, you know?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's about the barber being, the barber and their client being happy with one another. Obviously, the client more so because the client is the one paying, right?
Right.
So as long as the client is happy, like, you know, and this is also another thing that I see. Like, let's say there's somebody that comes, let's say, and they don't know how to cut hair that well.
Right.
I'll teach them. It's not a big deal. Like, as long as they're willing to learn, like I said, I'm willing to teach them. So, you know, it has happened in the past where I had a girl that she knew how to cut hair a little bit, but maybe not like super, super great. So I was just giving her pointers all the time, and that was it.
And how did she receive that? The
Good.
pointers?
Very well.
Yeah,
very well, because she wanted to learn. So once again, I've been blessed. Like, I haven't had people reject me. And let's say there's somebody that comes and they don't want me to butt in, like, I won't, you know, because at the end of the day, as if they have their clients and their clients are happy, cool. If the client is coming back, or client after client is coming back and they're complaining to me, that would be a different story.
Right.
But that hasn't happened yet. You know what I mean? But I've only been in business for like a little bit more than a year. So I have yet to experience a lot of things.
Oh,
You
that's
get me?
good. I mean, you're starting off on a good foot because, there's a lot of barber shops out there that, going back to that male dominant arena of, being a barber, it's like when you add now that you have female barbers, and like I told you earlier before the podcast, some of my favorite barbers are females. Like, I don't care. Like I was telling you earlier, when I open up my own shop, like I want killers around me, meaning like I want people who, this isn't just like a hobby for them, like this is their craft, this is their art. Like, not only that, I want them to enjoy coming to work. Like, it seems like you have that atmosphere here, right? So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know what? Honestly, I feel like I just clock in to like collect. Honestly, because I almost feel like my hands do everything without even thinking about it. So I'm just like, if anything, you're paying me for the conversation.
Yeah, autopilot.
Honestly, like I don't have to think about it.
But that's the skill of being a good barber, because let's be honest. When you were first starting out, 17 years old, how long did it take you to do a haircut?
I don't remember. But
I remember.
It was
I can
probably
tell
a long
you.
time. I don't know.
Mine was like an hour and a half,
Okay.
and it's like,
I never took that long. You know why?
why?
Because I didn't care how it came out. It was just like boom, boom, vámonos.
Well,
Seriously, it was.
you're leaving levels and steps and all
Yeah.
that. No, but there's a natural progression, right? Some people have like tremendous skill, and I know some barbers who just started like a year or two ago, and they cut better than people who have been cutting for years.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think it's good when you have somebody who actually wants to be doing this style and this craft, and
once again, like I applaud people that love to cut hair, and that's awesome. But I just never was there really. Like now that I'm enjoying my job, I still don't think about it. You get me?
Yeah. It's not a job to you. It's
no.
you like to do it. That's what I'm
no,
saying.
I mean I like to come and hang out.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of messing with your hair a little bit. And then you leave and you pay me and everybody's happy. Like, honestly, like, I don't know. It's weird. It's like the weirdest thing in the world. Just because I didn't choose the profession. Okay. So for so many years, I really took it for granted and I really despised it. Because I was like, oh, like, I hate cutting hair, dude. Like, it sucks and there's hair all over me and,
Yeah.
And I'm itchy. But it's like, but now I'm learning, or I've learned to embrace it and to take it a step further. You get me?
As cliche as that adage is it really like if you find something you love to do, it doesn't feel like work? Is that what it is for you?
Maybe, yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this, going on something different now. Who is Marissa outside of the barbershop? Like, what do you like to do? What's a day off to you? What's relaxation like? Give me
I don't really relax, honestly, because I'm always on the move. Like, there's always something to do. I'm a single mom now, so like, there's always clothes to wash. My son never washes the dishes, even though he's supposed to. Like the dogs, my dog is pissing all over the floor. I got a mop. Like, dude, like there's so much for me to do. I had to wake up early today to wash the barber towels for here. You know what I mean? And I gotta fold them. And some of them are still in the backseat of my car. And it's like, I couldn't even eat today because we were so busy.
Yeah.
And there's just like so much to do. Like,
so how do you...
It just never ends until I literally take a shower and lay down. Oh, then it's over.
You get the little break until the next day?
Yeah, but like by that time, I'm just done. Like, put a fork in me, I'm done.
How do you balance being a mom and being a business owner?
It's not easy, but thank God that my son is very independent. Like, I've taught him to be, not to be scared and blah, blah. I have cameras, of course, but like, he knows. He's really good at, taking care of himself, washing, taking a shower and, all the hygiene stuff.
Yeah.
He even like takes a school bus, to school and comes home on the school bus. And it has happened where I'm like, mijo, like, let me take you to school. And he's like, no, it's okay. Like, I'd rather take the bus because now he has a girlfriend and blah, blah, blah.
No, really?
So, yeah. So, like, my son, he's 13 going on 30. Like, he knows how to cook. And I have I have friends that live in the back.
Uh-huh.
So, like, they kind of keep an eye on him too. you know, like they'll look out for him, bring him some food. But like he's a spoiled brat. Like he'll get DoorDash. You know what I mean?
No, does he?
Well, and I don't let him do that all the time. But I'll be like I say, I know I'm having a good day.
Paying $30 for a day.
No, more, dude.
Oh my
More.
gosh, that's such a ripoff.
I know, but I can't leave and go get him food, and I want him to eat good. You know, I want him to be happy too, right? But it's just really hard because, you know, like I said, I like to have fun. I want to go bowling, and I don't know. It's just, it's not easy. I have to do things outside of the shop to stay sane.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. There has to be different sides to a person, right? Because you could be a workaholic and all that. But
Sorry.
No, you're good. Well, thanks for having me. Thanks for coming on. I enjoyed our conversation.
Likewise. Thank you, young man.